Welcome to G-Bears and the off-grid ways, where the sun sets slow on these productive days. From the solar on the roof to the garden in the dirt, we're healing up the spirit and we're mending every hurt.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to G-Bears Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. Yep, winds are blowing again. Go figure. What was that? What are you guys barking at? I'm doing a video. You little cuties. So anyway, I'm doing this video because specifically I've had some questions or some requests for my stuffed pork chops recipe. So, first of all, right up about there, I'm going to put a snapshot of the center cut thick pork chops that I buy at a company called Food 4 Less here. But I'm sure you can find those just about anywhere because they're common. But the center cuts usually are better, okay? And then I'll also put, a little further down the line, I'll put a picture of the finished product when I took it out of the oven just before I started eating. And that's going to make your mouth water because I'll tell you what, those were delicious. Now, the recipe on this, okay? You're going to get those thick cut. They want to be at least 1 inch thick. And you're going to use a very sharp knife and kind of like cut into and make a little pocket inside of the pork chop. And try to get as close to the center as possible when you're doing that, so the two sides are about the same thickness. They should be about 1/2 inch thick. All right. Now you're gonna lightly, season those with a little bit of salt and black pepper, both sides. That's all you need. Nothing else right now. And what you're gonna do is on your let me think. I just saw something that distracted me. I'm sorry, I'm easily distracted at my age. Okay, so you're going to add about a tablespoon or 2 of vegetable oil to a cast iron skillet and get that skillet hot. Just as the oil starts to smoke, that's when you want to add your pork chops to the skillet. Okay, now you're going to cook them about 1.5 to 2 minutes per side. I don't really time them. I use a pair of tongs. I lift them up, and when I notice that it's got a good sear on one side, I flip them over and sear the other side. Okay, now prior to all of this, you want to put together your stuffing, whatever you're going to use to stuff those. All right, now here's the secret that I use for stuffing pork chops. You want to use about 3 different ingredients. Some people even use turkey stuffing. You know, I don't want a bread stuffing in my pork chops. If I want that, I'd make breaded pork chops. I want 3 really tasty ingredients that aren't going to dry out the pork chops. Okay, now bread is going to suck the oils and juices out of the pork chop. It's going to make it a little drier. But your stuffing will be moist. Never could figure that one out. Anyway, the way I do it is the 3 ingredients, the secret to the 3 ingredients is you want something that's going to give you flavor. I use onions and garlic. a little mixture of both. Not finely diced, medium dice. Okay. Then you want something that's going to give you a little bit of zest, a little spice. Yeah, you can just use black pepper if you want. I like using jalapeno peppers, but if you don't like spicy, you can use bell peppers. Okay? Just to give that little added layer of flavor. Then the third part is you want to, oh, I just noticed something again in that there's something out there that's distracting me. My Heckle and Jekyll are down there on the pole. Okay, so the third thing is going to be something to add moisture to your stuffing. So I use tomatoes, or if I'm doing it a different way, I might use mushroom soup. So it depends on the recipe, but you want at least those 3, maybe 4 simple ingredients. And the idea is to remember, you want flavor, you want a little bit of kick, and you want moisture. Otherwise, you're just going to eat a dry chop and you're not going to enjoy it. All right. So you've got them sliced. You've got them in a hot skillet. And when I say hot, when you put the vegetable oil on the skillet, you turn it on a high heat. And you want, just as that oil starts to smoke, that's when you're ready to put the pork chops on. Okay. Like I said, it ain't going to take long. Maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, you got a cheap stove. Anyway, you turn them over, sear both sides. Now, you haven't put any stuffing in these yet. You should have already made your stuffing on the side and have it sitting in a container ready to get placed in there. Now, you're going to take that pan off that heat. In the meantime, you should have preheated your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? You want that oven preheated and ready to go. So I don't know how fast your oven preheats, but mine's pretty quick. So I do it just before I start cutting and dicing everything. And by the time I've got them all put together after searing them on both sides, it's perfect. It's at temperature ready to cook. All right. So you got your preheated oven, 350, and you got your chops. Now you're going to stuff them. So use a pair of tongs to lift up the flap on one half of the pork chop, and using a tablespoon, spoon some of your combined mixture of your 3 to 4 ingredients inside of there and stuff it in there tight. Use the edge of the spoon to force it in there. You want that thing to be thick and bulging, like a nice thick hamburger. Okay? Now, once you got them stuffed, put them back on the same skillet, the same cast iron skillet, and place them in that preheated oven. Okay? That's where you're going to finish them off. Now, I usually take about 20 minutes to a half an hour to finish them off. You don't want to dry them out, so you just basically, you've already cooked them, you seared them, and you're just going to finish cooking them and heat the stuffing that's inside of there. Then slip those onto your plate and eat. Just enjoy. Great stuff. Now, right over here, I'll put the picture of the finished product. Then that's probably going to make you pretty hungry. All right. So tonight, I'm doing barbecued chicken. Barbecued chicken meaning with barbecue sauce. And I've got 2 chicken quarters that I will cut in half and make 2 legs, 2 thighs. All right. Now I've had those brining all day in salt water. And I only use about a tablespoon of coarse salt in a baggie, and I put them in there and I fill them up with water, good clean water, and seal a bag and just let them sit and brine. They're not going to go bad in the salt water, so don't worry about, you don't have to refrigerate them or anything like that. Only if you're going to brine overnight do you have to refrigerate. But for a few hours of brining this way, no need. All right, so when those are done, I'll drain the water and salt off. Now I only have to add some black pepper to those and put them on a barbecue on indirect heat. And I'm going to cook those until they just start turning golden brown. Okay, just well, they'll be tan, not golden brown, but tan. All right, then I'm going to apply the barbecue sauce to both sides, completely cover them in barbecue sauce, and I'm going to lower the heat because now I'm not trying to cook anything. I'm just trying to heat the barbecue sauce and get a little bit of a glaze to them. Okay, so once that's done, they're ready to go, and that should all be done within an hour and 15 minutes on a barbecue on indirect heat. One side of the barbecue on high heat, and put the chicken on the other side where there's no flame, and cook them until they're just perfect. Coat them with the barbecue sauce and just wait until they glaze and get a little bit of black to them. Then you're done. That's it. I'll show you a picture of those down the line. I want to thank you all for joining me. Questions and comments down below. This is G Bear signing off.